Hello, and thank you very much for pressing play. Today we're going to play Mercenary Heals, which also dubs as Commando Heals for Filthy Casuals. Now, you can just go out and sprig green to your heart's content, but I will make it a filthy, smart, casual type format. So that's why you're seeing the star parse boxes overlays on this. I usually don't like to parse on dummies, but here we are. So welcome to healing. One of the keys to healing is making information readily available and having your buttons really close by to click, because I don't keybind. I'm a filthy mouse clicker and I'm proud of it. So now the first thing I like to do when setting up a UI is actually going in the interface editor, because there's some really cool things, and I'm going to use the ops frames. You can do the same for any other frames you want in there, but there's stuff in there that's really important to turn on if you want to heal. So the first thing is you want to enable your stuff, right? That's easy. The second thing is you want to max out on those group frames, either Flashpoint or operations or friends and family, whatever you got. You want to make that debuff bigger. So you want to make it like a 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. Actually, the bigger the better, because that's for cleansing. And we're going to get to cleansing in a minute because it's important, because cleanliness is godliness, according to the Smashing Pumpkins. So that's item number one. You do the rest as you see, as you like. I like to have the texts open, and I like to have the show removable debuffs only box, because it doesn't matter if you can cleanse a debuff or not. Like if you do Nephra, the first boss of Dread Fortress, well, she drops a whole bunch of debuffs on everybody, and you want to see who has cleansed and not cleansed those debuffs. So you want to cleanse those, because otherwise people are going to die, and you're going to bring the healer, and you're going to have to buy the beer. You know how that one goes. So that's the first thing you're gonna do. The second thing is you set up your UI as you like it. Personally, where you see my HOTS here, this is where my operations frames usually land, and I'm not in an operation, so I got no frames. But I like to lay out my abilities as such, but that's me. You do you. Supercharged Koto cell is super important for your Koto bomb because it boosts it. So more green, more health, more broccoli, everybody's happy. No cheese sauce. Um, the Koto bomb is your AoE heal number one. You have a secondary heal that is really interesting too, but that one is like progressive, but you want to spam both in both situations, most situations. Then you have your trauma probe, and this is really cool, and you can get away with murder and DPS and low risk content by just dropping those on people and doing some AoE heals, because this is passive heals. I'll let you read the text on your own computer and on your own screen, but you get 7 stacks of heals that when your peep gets hit, well, gets automatically healed. Now, I like Bacta Infusion because quick healed, and afterwards, Advanced Medical Probe down. The key thing is sequencing those two. This one first, this one second, because this one procs this one, and when this one is procced, it heals more. Got that? Good. Now, Medical Probe is like a filler type healomatic. I'm going back to cleansing here. So you got debuffs or boss dots being put on people that tick and people go poof, die. Field aid for commando heals is your cleanse, okay? And it heals a smidgen, but that's your cleanse. Every single healer class has a cleanse. Every single remote range DPS has a cleanse. And the number one thing you see healers that are beginning to heal don't do is cleanse. Do you get the whole thing here? Like, cleansing is important, okay? I mean, Mr. Net or Dawn or Tide Pods, whatever you want to chew on, you gotta cleanse. Other things is, depending on your utilities, you may have supercharged celerity, not be confused with celebrity, which boosts everybody, including your healing. You have the little bot droid thing, which is your resurrection probe. And yes, this has a 5-minute timer. And as of version 7 of the game, only healers have the res probe. Use them wisely. Now, last but not least, you need a bit more oomph. You want to get a triage adrenal. Now, as for the build itself, this is what I run right now. I think it's okay. I always go back and double check with Volk once in a while in case something changed, because lazy is good. Actually, uh, I like this one. Apologies, I like this one because this one um, does more heal, at least for me and for other situations, because me heal is good. Um, this one here is actually, did I want this one? It's Saturday. I'm tired. It's been a big week. Um, you know what? You can use whatever you want on those two. It's the chef's choice. Um, successive treatment while moving, that's important because you want to move and heal, because standing in red circles of stupid, bad. Um, the rest is pretty obvious, or you just go back to Volk and read whatever you want. But this is where I run these days, and I get away with a whole bunch of things because healing is actually very easy if you heal. And a lot of people don't set it up right in the first place. Because they don't set it up right, they are not healing properly. And yes, this commando's name is Preparation HK because he is medicinal for your black hole or something like that. So that being said, what you want to do, and because healers don't necessarily have a rotation for us filthy casuals, you want to make sure that you have all your raid ops and you're going to see everybody's health bars and stuff. Now, I have the overlays for star parse. If you don't know star parse, you're going to use the Google. The Google is good. You're going to Google star parse space Swtorista, enter. And then you'll have a guide to install and use it because Swtorista is awesome. And as a healer, you want to get really two layouts on top. Raid healing, because you want to know how good or how bad you're doing, right? If you're in an operation and you're in hard mode and you're healing 10k, you're in trouble, right? Just like the guy, the urologist, and the urologist looked at the guy about his bladder problem, said, "My dude, you're in trouble." Yes, that was a dad joke. You're welcome. Now, I'm not going to go into numbers and where you should be and all that mumbo jumbo because it can vary, but heal at least 15k at level 80 with some reasonable gear, and that's an acceptable minimum. Try to bust 20 and you'll be making lots of friends. I've seen people bust 40 and they are clearly single. Now, the raid HOTS is something I really like because HOT stands for heals over time. And that is your, you guessed it, good job, trauma probe. So you can track which member of your party still has an active trauma probe. So you know who to drop it on versus randomly put it on people and burn energy, because those suckers will cost 10 energy cells and you've got 100. You get the picture. They can be heat expensive. Now, that being said, I prioritize tanks, then I prioritized healers, then I prioritized leftovers, also known as DPS. So you want to get all those things going. It's pretty easy. Set it up to your liking. Practice on the dummy. This is the practice dummy on the Alderaan Stronghold. So you can actually go here and start healing stuff. And there's that ability I forgot to mention. My apologies. Med shot. Med shot is super important because it's your filler. And it's your cheap filler from a heat perspective. And also it builds stacks. Look, 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 look. I'm at 9. I'm at 9. I'm going to build another stack. And look what happens. Boom. Those two shinies happen. Now, I prefer to use supercharged Kolto. I go this, I go this, I go this, and there's more asparagus vitamin power distributed for all the goodness in the world and all the healing you can deliver. So you get the idea before you walk into something. Um, like before you start the first boss in Eternity Vault, just build your 10 stacks, then go in and use as directed, and don't call me in the morning. So that's really important. Now, that being said, that's pretty much my healing guide. There's some keybinds you can make. Yes, I said keybinds. I usually don't use them, but there's some keybinds like target person with least amount of health to heal next. You got a whole bunch of things. There's guides out there, but we're filthy casuals and we're going to keep it simple and sexy. So you just want to go out, heal, prioritize, and keep those hots on people. If you're watching this and you're playing Sorc Heal or Operative Heal, same idea, different labels. So, last but not least, there is a game that experienced healers may want to play. It's called How Low Can the Tank Go? Don't tell your tank, have a lot of fun. So that's it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. And just in case nobody knows, stormtroopers do their shopping next to Target. Have a great day.